Welcome to day 5 of our 7-day Organize Your Mind challenge. Today we're talking about creating a current projects list. Now you may already have heard me talk about current projects lists, but I want to ask you, do you have one right now for this month? Because most people are genuinely working on 50 to 100 projects simultaneously. And that's why you feel like you're running around putting out fires all day, but you're not actually getting anything done. When you create a really optimal current projects list, you're going to feel super excited. Okay, so I'm going to show you mine. Sometimes I just write it with a really simple, chalkboard, but my daughter Grace helped me to create this. So this is my January current projects list. So what you want to do is create 3 categories: me, family, and beyond. So right now, projects for me, I wrote down lock in my nutrition and exercise habits. I've had some health issues and I've had to change things up a bit, and I have a good routine going, but locking in that routine is a project. Once I have it locked in, that moves to my routines list and it's just more on autopilot. But right now it's a project. Second, I have build my flow routine. Here at LearnDoBecome, I want to be able to do more podcasts and videos, and I want to be able to connect more with you. But that requires flow, where it doesn't require willpower for me to sit down and pound something out. I want this to be more natural. So I've got some systems in place that we're working on, but again, I'm establishing a new routine. That's a project. So those are the 2 for me. For my family, we want to do regular weekly reviews with our children. I have a new system I put together that has been really, really helpful, where we're able to look at the different facets of our lives and be able to identify where we can improve and just have some helpful conversations. Because especially with teenagers, I'm learning that their lives are up to them, but I want to be able to be a guide and be helpful without being a nag. So that's what I'm working on right now with the family. Also, we are trying to establish more consistent meal times. I want to be able to sit around the table and eat together. And right now we've had a lot of different schedules and things that haven't worked ideally. So that's a routine that I'm investing in. That means it's a project, okay? So right now, because it's the beginning of the year, it's a lot of routines that we are establishing. And that's okay. That's projects. The things for our beyond category are more things that are one and done. A project, when you think about it, is something that you can start and you can finish and you can say, okay, check off, totally done. So one is we're working on our Arise program. That's why we have all these butterflies, because I have this butterfly project. I feel a little bit like the butterfly lady. I was telling my daughter I even have a butterfly on my watch. So it's a little bit of a butterfly overload right now. But this is my symbol, and this is something that I'm thinking about. Our Arise program is helping you kind of level up and be able to reach towards those goals that you want, being able to balance family and professional work, and more will be coming on that soon. But getting it set up, that's actually a project. We need the steps put together. How can someone register? Where would they go? What emails would they get? How would all of that work? And that's the project. And then Eric and I are working on a Google project where we're setting up a new Google Calendar, some forms, and some things for another project that he's working on. So these are my projects for the month. Now, what I want to emphasize is that when you create your monthly projects list, it's not that these are the only things I ever want to get done. If I get these things done quickly, I may bring some more projects in, or something might come up where I'll need to replace one project with another one. It's okay for it to be flexible, but this list excites me. You know you have an optimal current projects list when you look at it and you feel a little lift. If you look at it and you think, oh, I don't even want to get up in the morning and work on it because it feels too hard, then you've made the list incorrectly. Now, sometimes there are things that are on the list that, you don't want to do, but you kind of have to anyway. Like you might have some insurance paperwork you've got to get settled, or you might have some really tough things that are going on in your family that you need to resolve. Sometimes there are projects that don't feel great, but when you write down, I'm going to solve this, or I'm going to complete this, or I'm going to get to the other side of this challenge, and it feels doable because everything else on your list complements that and honors what you have on your plate, then you start to think, okay, well, it might not all be fun, but at least I can move forward and I can do it. Now, you also might be asking, well, what do I do about those other thousands of projects that I want to get done? We recommend you create a tiered list. So your current projects list is what you have right in front of you, but then you can have your waiting projects, maybe things other people are working on, you're waiting for them to complete. You can have your next in line projects. They're waiting patiently for you to be able to complete these current ones and bring those on. And then I have a someday projects list where when someone shows me something or I get this awesome idea and I think, oh, that'd be amazing, but I don't have to do it right now. Maybe I could do that in a couple of months. And if any of those projects are time sensitive, you just create a calendar trigger to remind you to bring it up to your current list when you have that bandwidth or when it's a little bit more pressing. The goal is not to overwhelm yourself. You want to have a very simple list because all of us are human. I only have 24 hours a day just like you do. Now we can leverage that time. We can hire, we can delegate, we can simplify, we can use our time well, right? There's a lot of things we can do to optimize that time, but at the end of the day, we're human. And if I'm trying to work on 1,000 projects personally, and every day I'm just running as fast as I can, all that's gonna happen is I'm gonna get burnt out. And then I'm gonna be cranky, and I'm gonna be tired, and I'm gonna be depressed, and I'm gonna be anxious, and I'm gonna think life is too hard. But when you have a solid current projects list in place, you're gonna feel amazing. One final thing to think about as you're selecting your projects for your current projects list is to think about them like dominoes. And if you think, okay, if I were to get one project done that would make all the rest easier, like that first domino you'd knock over and all the rest would fall, what would that one project be? Like you notice for my personal project, it was all about my health because I found when I prioritize my health and I go to the doctor if I need to, or I figure out what's going on and I feel healthy, then I have energy to do everything else. If I put that last, then I'm going to be so depleted that nothing else will really get done. So think about it like dominoes, and if you do believe in a higher power, I do recommend taking that time to connect and be able to align yourself. I personally do that. I align myself with God the best I can and ask, what is it that I could work on this month that will help me to live my purpose, that will help me to be able to bless other people, that can help me to be an instrument? And when I ask that question, and then I take time to sit and to think and reflect and journal, typically I can come up with a project list that feels exciting to me because I know it has something to do with my bigger purpose, and I feel like I have that heavenly help as I go. If you want some more information on creating a current projects list, we have a lot of resources for you. The biggest one is our free training, How to Finally Stop Drowning in Piles. Now, if you're already in our STEP program, because that's like the introductory class to our STEP program, there's a recording of it inside your program, okay? So that's in your resources, your STEP resources. Go check that out because that's a really good refresher. Otherwise, we'll include a couple more links to articles and podcasts and videos and things that we have on our website. And we have a great search function on the website. You can just type in projects and there's all kinds of support for you. But your challenge for today is to take some time and create one simple current projects list. I recommend no more than 7 or 8 projects. Even 3 would be good. If you're feeling totally overwhelmed, even 1 would be great. But you want to have one current projects list that you feel really good about for this month. It's going to change your life. You're going to be so excited. Okay, good luck, and we will see you in the next video.